Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the Toyota Sienna Platinum. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Brent Brown Toyota here in Orem for giving me some time with this Sienna. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check what they have currently. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Powering this is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder paired to an eCVT and a hybrid system. Fuel economy is 34 around town and then 36 on the highway, with power outputs being 245 horsepower. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the front end of the Sienna, I think it looks really sharp. This has this really nice metallic white paint job, and then popping down below, turn signal indicators and everything look pretty cool, if you ask me. Of course, you've got the blue on the Toyota logo to signify it's a hybrid. This does come with fog lights, and overall, it's a sharp looking minivan. Now on the side here, our turn wheel setup is 235 by 60 by 18 in the front and over in the rear. And this new wheel design is kind of interesting. The wheels almost look like flowers in a way. Let me know what you guys think on that. Anyways, we've got little splash guards there. I like the bodywork there at the bottom, kind of makes it look a little bit more aggressive. Anyways, we've got some chrome there on the door handles, more around the window trim, and then here's your side profile. You can see we've got some sexy, sleek body lines on this minivan. Now, key fob's pretty cool. We've got our lock and unlock function, the opening for the doors and for the hatch. We'll hold that and that'll open that up. Again, blue in the Toyota logo to signify it's a hybrid, so pretty nice setup here. And yes, this leads us into the rear. So we actually have quite a bit of storage space here in the back. And similar to Chrysler's Stow and Go setup, you've got all these instructions on the seats to help fold these down. So if you want a flat loading area, then you can have that. Oh, and almost forgot, we do have a little outlet here in the back. And when you're all done, just press that, and that will lower the hatch system right back down. I like the taillights on the Sienna. They're very aggressive looking. Anyways, you got all of the rest of your badges here on the back, blacked out trim there at the bottom, and well, that is the rest of the exterior. Now this leads us inside. You notice the little sticker there where you can do the foot activation for the door. You can just pull it like a normal automatic door. And then here are the seats. Now this is cool. The Platinum only came with brown, but now you've got different interior colors. This one's black. And then this does have like the lounge seats, which is kind of a cool option. But yeah, they're super adjustable and they've got nice trim, pretty fancy. Anyways, room back here of course is good, and the seats are adjustable, so that can improve depending on what you want. And then this is cool. Look at that. We got our own little cool box here in the back. You can see kind of like the, it looks like, yeah, feels insulated in there, which is definitely nice. But that's not the only thing in this Sienna. You guys can see here, down below at the USB ports, we also have a vacuum cleaner. Yeah, here's for the cool box setup. But yeah, we also have a vacuum cleaner here in the rear. So they've kind of added some stuff to make it more practical for family use. And then, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get the camera down here. You guys can see the whole outlet setup down here. And yeah, fancy features. Now I figured it'd actually be useful to show you guys how this all functions. This is pretty straightforward. With these you can have either or on, and then yeah, cool box. So that's straightforward. The vacuum is kind of like those 90s vacuums. We actually have one in our house. So basically you just press the button and then suction here. So it's if you have a house with one of those fancy 90s vacuums, then it's a similar system. Anywho, in the third row here, there's a decent amount of room, again, reserved for kids typically. But we do have some USB ports back here, some cup holders, sunshades. We've got some ventilation throughout. And then these seats don't have any perforations, so these will be the easiest to clean out of the bunch. And this leads us up front, where we've got nice soft touch trim here, down below as well. We've got all of our window controls here. The mirrors do power fold in. You've got your memory seat functionality, blind spot monitoring with the mirrors, and then it's plastic covering. But again, you've got these fancy seats that are similar to the second row. All of your power adjustments there. And then you can see with the heated steering wheel, 360 camera. You can turn off the power doors if you want. Steering wheel is power adjustable as well, and then nice soft touch trim. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, it's actually perforated, which is pretty cool. It's not perforated at the top or at the bottom, kind of a normal setup. Anyways, we've got stuff like adaptive cruise control, volume and voice command controls, all of that, and just a nice looking steering wheel in general. Turn signal / light stock. We got our windshield wiper stock as well. And then digital gauge cluster here in the center, which the camera doesn't want to focus on. But basically, it's like other modern Toyotas where you can have 3 different tabs with different layouts and show you different information depending on what you want to see. And then we got, yeah, look at that. We got animations with the Sienna. Now this has a 360 camera system, trajectory lines turn with the steering wheel, good resolution overall, with just like other modern Toyotas. And yeah, you've got Toyota's modern infotainment system, which responds pretty quickly. As you can see, got a little volume control right next to it. You've got our climate controls down below, so you also have for the rear heated and ventilated seats up front. We also have a wireless phone charging pad, and then you can see all the storage there. And then there's actually a nice trim on the kind of like dash area there. Shifter here for the ECVT. Your drive mode select behind that. You've got your EV mode. You can see your auto hold, parking brake as well, and then some more storage here. And this is kind of funny with the wood trim, old school feeling in a way. But you got more storage here as well. So interesting that the cool box is for the rear passengers. And I'm guessing this is probably a line for the, let's see. Yeah, this looks like a vacuum line. So if you want to have an extension with the vacuum, then, well, you've got that. You don't have to just use a little porthole. That's helpful. But there's that. Nice trim here. There's tons of storage underneath the whole center console. It's like a floating center console. Camera rear view mirror. And then we do have just our traditional center up front. So let's take a look at the window sticker. 7-passenger Sienna Platinum. Some of you might get a little bit of sticker shock. Minivans have gotten expensive though. Most everything's standard, but there are some options added to it, as you can see. But most of the cool stuff is standard equipment. $60,179. Yep, we are officially in a world where minivans are $60,000. Let's sum things up. Okay, well, this isn't going to be a normal drive. We cannot take this particular one out, but I do have to take it back to its parking space, so I figured I'd talk about the Sienna a little bit. All the minivans, in my opinion, drive well. You know, they're all longer wheelbase vehicles, and you know, they do a good, everyone does a good job in terms of the driving dynamics. And minivans are not supposed to be particularly sharp or anything like that. They're just supposed to be comfortable. And yeah, so this does that. The thing that the Sienna has over the other minivans is a couple things. So other manufacturers now offering all-wheel drive. That was a big thing for the Sienna for a long time. But still, all-wheel drive is standard with the Sienna, whereas with the other manufacturers like Chrysler, you gotta get a specific package. With it, Honda doesn't even offer it. Kia doesn't even offer it. So there is that part of it. And then aside from that, the hybrid. Now you actually can get a hybrid now with the Kia Carnival, but again, it's front wheel drive. So if you want an all-wheel drive and a hybrid, the Sienna is the only option to go for. And then Toyota, their hybrids just end up being more efficient because of the engine they use. With the Kia, it's turbocharged, smaller displacement, and it's still a good engine in terms of, you know, economy and everything, but yeah, it's not quite in the same level. And then Toyota's reliability, right? Toyota is known for that, especially their hybrids. These new hybrids, they can go, look at the Priuses, right? They can handle super high mileage. So you do have that. And then finally, yeah, it's just nice. It's got all the equipment that you'd want. That vacuum in the back and everything's really cool. So I think that it's a really cool setup overall. And I really do think the Sienna is probably the best in the segment. Again, minivans are not supposed to be, they're just not about power, they're not about acceleration. They're about going the distance, right? Doing it in comfort and being reliable. And the Sienna has all of that. And this powertrain is actually really good. I mean, it's pretty peppy on the low end, so I think that they've done a solid with that. So yeah, if you're looking for what I would say is the best minivan on the market, it is the Sienna. The Toyota still holds dominance on that. The other manufacturers, if they want to compete with the Sienna, where's the camera button, by the way? Oh, it's right there. Look at that. You even have the underbody cam, well, not underbody, but it shows underneath. But yeah, I just think it's the best. It's just the best in the segment in terms of how it drives, what it offers. It is expensive, but you know, unlike the Chrysler, this can go over 100,000 miles, no problem. So let me know what you guys think about the kind of like rework here on the Sienna, but I think it's solid. And if I were to get a minivan, I mean, I'll just say this, it would be the Sienna. I don't really, again, I don't have gripes with the other ones other than like Honda. I would like that, but no all-wheel drive. And then Kia, no all-wheel drive, and then Chrysler, it's like, oof, roll the dice with that one. So that's all.